Inner dialogue is key to letting go, and here's why. But first, what is that inner dialogue? So, you know that little voice that is just talking and talking and talking here in the back of your head? That's the inner dialogue which I'm mentioning. And it's talking all of the time. Most of the time, it's complete nonsense, but sometimes it will bring up incredibly valuable data from your past and from your childhood. So what I recommend is taking the Little Me framework, and that's basically treating that voice at the back as the kid version of you. So imagine when you were 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever. Imagine that this voice back here is that kid version of you talking to you. And so if it's a kid, if you when you're a kid, first of all you talk random things, you're rude and direct, which is fantastic, and you don't care about what you say, you just say things without filter, which is great because without the filter we can get to the valuable data from our past and childhood, which will trigger the needed sensations in us, which we've been stuffing down, and we can process them and let them go. So, that voice will sometimes be negative or hateful towards you. And you should ask why. And you should keep asking why. And so what if? And by doing this, you will get to the root of the problem, to the real cause. So let me give you an example. And this is something that I recommend to everyone, that you often ask yourself, how are you doing? We always ask others, hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you doing? But we never do the same thing for us. And it's one thing that I absolutely recommend. So, hey, how are you doing? And sometimes, this has happened to me before, the little voice would respond with, fuck you. Seems a little bit aggressive at first. You might want to say fuck you back. You might want to fall in despair because you hate yourself, apparently. But these things aren't recommended. And remember, treat it as a little kid. That's the key thing here. Treat it as a little kid. What would you do if a little kid said fuck you to you? You would say, why do you say that? Or why do you think that? Then he will say, because you're this, and this. Okay, why am I this? Because you did this and this, and that and that. And eventually, from this, it may seem pointless at first because it's just blurting out random things. Sometimes it will blurt out complete gold. And you know it's gold because it will be followed with a burst of sensations. You would say, why don't I deserve success? Oh, because you're stupid and you don't deserve it. And why? And then the little voice may say, because you disappointed mama when you were 7. And then just this burst of sensations. You'll feel like you're on fire. And that thing is exactly the root of self-sabotage. Maybe something happened in the past, which you experienced it in a very extreme way. And to survive this extreme experience, you had to stuff down some of the sensations, but we never got to experiencing them after the event was over. And so, through inner dialogue, you can search and find these sensations which have been left inside for all of your life, pretty much. And that was the case with me. I had inexperienced guilt from the past, and because of this inexperienced guilt, I would experience self sabotage. I would try to achieve something, then the guilt thought I didn't deserve it. It will sabotage what I was doing. I'd feel bad about it. The self attack is real on this one. And then let's try again. Let's do something. Let's achieve something. The guilt from the past thought I didn't deserve it. And then back down. And it's this roller coaster up and down from what I think I deserve at least to what I think I deserve the most. And that's how most people live life. And it's this illusion of moving up. It's not real. because you're just bouncing up and down, not because you're going up, even though you break. You probably notice more the going up part and all the motivation and emotions of moving up. So it feels like you're doing this, but in fact, it's just oscillating between the two endpoints. And so, if you're experiencing self-help, self-hate, self-sabotage, listen to the inner dialogue. It will lead you directly to what you need to process and let go of so that you can actually achieve your goals.